not played any of the XCOM games, but I'm gonna review this game anyway. This is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. We've gotten used to it by now, but at first the thought of XCOM-like turn-based strategy meets Mario and friends felt really strange. Just the thought of Mario clashing with the Rabbids. Not to mention turn-based strategy meets comedy, which turns out to be the strangest clash of them all when you start playing. However, the pieces of Mario meets Rabbids meets turn-based strategy meets comedy soon fall into place and create a rich and colorful puzzle. A problem with a lot of strategy games is that they tend to be hard on newcomers of the genre. You have too many options to consider and so many parameters to keep track of, so you have no idea of what to do and not to do until you're unable to do anything at all in fear of screwing everything up. Being a Mario game, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is of course easy to understand and easy to get into, but it's not without strategic depth. Even though the game is simple to understand and simple to play, it's not without a challenge. Long before you've gotten used to a certain enemy or objective, something else entirely is introduced. Forget the Rabbids, the variations in the game is what's really crazy. You'll meet lots and lots of different enemies with different styles and different special abilities, and new kind of obstacles in the levels are introduced at an impressive speed. Add some really entertaining and challenging boss battles and you won't get tired of the game anytime soon. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is not only about battles, there's a lot of puzzles too. These are quite easy, much easier than the battles, and many can be solved in minutes by simple trial and error. It's standard fare really, but they do add to the already incredible variety of the game. With the crazy Rabbids running amok in the game, you expect comedy, and the game is funny in a relaxed kind of way. There's a lot of variation here too, from a few intelligent jokes to a lot of stupid jokes. The main source of the humor comes from the Rabbids causing chaos in the Mushroom Kingdom, where Mario with friends and the rest of the Mushroom Kingdom are the straight men, and the Rabbids horde are the funny men. A crossover like this could hardly have been made in the 80s or the 90s, when Mario's world was still considered strange. It's an amazing achievement of Mario's popularity that the all-out bonkers Mushroom Kingdom could be considered this close to sane, so that someone from the outside could show up, shake it up, and make it even more motley and bizarre. But the Rabbids are ready to do just that. Even the failure screens are hilarious, which makes losing and restarting a battle quite a lot easier to bear. Your team always consists of 3 characters, except for some missions where you escort an extra character, a character that is not actually part of the action. You start the game with 3 characters to choose from, so not much choosing there, and you finish with 8. Yes, that means the game offers even more variation because the 8 characters have widely different abilities and different weapons that make for quite different kinds of play. You can always switch someone out at the beginning of a battle, so experimenting with different strategies is recommended. Some have complained that you always need to have Mario on your team and you can only change the other 2, but that has never bothered me much. Mario is Mario. Of course, he is the captain of the team. A big part of what's driving you forward is collecting orbs, so you can unlock new abilities on the character's skill trees. Skill trees is one of those things that tend to disappoint in modern games. Too often they're just for show, with talents to unlock you have no use for or slight improvements that really doesn't make that much of a difference. This is not the situation in Mario plus Rabbids, however. Here your choices on the skill trees actually have a direct impact on the battles. Being able to walk 1 square further per round can make a world of difference, and inflicting more damage dashing through an enemy may not seem that important, but can be a life or death difference on the battlefield. If you realize you're taking a wrong path on the tree, you can just reset it between battles at no cost and try something else. The weapons you buy also make a ton of difference. 10 points more damage may seem like nothing, but can be the tipping point between complete failure and great success. It feels so good playing a game where upgrading your abilities actually means something. The storytelling is uneven in the way that video game stories tend to be when the gameplay dictates the stories. The story has its highs and lows, but that is to be accepted from a crossover taking place in the Mushroom Kingdom, and mostly the few cutscenes just make you feel good. Toadette is a bit muddle-headed in this game, which is a bit hard to swallow, but it's great to see her get some more screen time in another great game. Rabbid Peach is the main star among the Rabbids on your team, and Peach is the main star among the Mario gang, wielding insane weapons that destroy the enemies, the covers, her own team, and everything. As is common these days, the game has certain Metromania. Let's go back and do this later elements, even though it's a linear game. I've probably seen that you can't do this yet sign more times in this game than in all other games I've played in recent years combined. After a while, the whole "you can't do this yet, you can't do this yet, you can't do this yet" stuff feels really stupid. If I can't do the things I want to do, why am I even playing this game? In a Metroidvania, the locked path usually gives you a glimpse of the future, but in this game, parts of the map seems to be locked for no other reason than to give the game a forced and shallow sense of replayability. And to make it worse, a lot of those things you find on the hidden path of the game are just uninteresting gallery stuff. You really only want the orbs for the skill tree, or at least to unlock a new weapon, but instead you get a lousy 3D model or a song that you care nothing about. But as long as you're deep in thought in battle or shaking your head at the Rabbids doing something even more stupid in a cutscene, Mario Plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is a game that reeks of pure joy. Now I'm gonna go play some XCOM games too. The good, smart and stupid humor. Easy to understand and get into. Amazing variation in the battles. Skill trees that actually matter. Great boss battles. Rabbid Peach is cool and Peach is a killer. You get to escort Toadette to safety. The bad. You can't do this yet. Uneven story. Bland puzzles. When all is said and done, I give Mario Plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle 8 out of 10. I guess no one expected this game to be as good as it turned out to be. Mario Plus Rabbids is filled with love of gaming in general, and the Mushroom Kingdom and the Rabbids in particular. The attention to detail and all the variation makes for a great gaming experience. There is a few things that could be improved on in a sequel, especially outside of battle, but so far this is the best Mario meets Rabbids meets turn-based strategy meets comedy game that the Nintendo Switch has to offer, so just go and get it and give it a chance. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.